So it seems like the war has finally begun in Fairy Tail, and everyone had their own little time to just, like, you know, relax and just kind of get things off the chest. And it's like, it was kind of interesting to see that this was a more, like, toned out, like, because normally they would have, like, oh yeah, let's drink, let's have fun. Like, everyone was kind of sitting down and, like, being serious in this chapter. And it's like, apart from the one of Natsu, like, invading fucking Lucy's home again and say, yeah, like, let's just play some cards and shit. It's just, like, to, like, kind of get ready for it. And it's like, pretty much it's like, hey, like, you're being a bit friendly for, like, you know, like, excited for this battle thing. And it was interesting to hear because first it came from Natsu's perspective, saying, like, look, Lucy, I love a good fight, but what I like is a strength, like a contest of strengths and not a fight to the death. My favorite are the kinds of fights where I get to compare my strength with the opponents, but this one is different. This is a fight where I've got to do whatever I have to do to, like, to win it, like, or else there's no future left for us. And it's like, plus, and then this was interesting as well. It's like, plus I've got some things to do after this is all over. So that makes me wonder if maybe Natsu's got something in play, like maybe if he uses this thing like he's been talking about with Zeref, like in his arm, that maybe this could involve it. And obviously it's like, I had a look at the panel recently, like when we were talking about Brandish, and I'm still thinking that's like a horn or something, or like the dragon transformation. So I feel like Natsu has maybe come to terms with like what is going to happen to him. Like maybe he might die, maybe he might transform. Like I'm kind of like curious as like if that's the case, but I think like Happy wouldn't be that well smiling and just overjoyed about it. Maybe he hasn't even told Happy the full story, maybe about that. But it's like, it seems like he would be the sort of person that he would let know first if there's like certain situation could like come up. And it's like, basically it's like he just said right at the end, it's just like, yeah, well, we're talking about the possibility of a happy future for a big fight, and it's like making it sound as dramatic as possible. It's like, well, you know, we are putting death flags here, like left and right, and I can't believe they even like said that. And it was like, so, you know, like maybe like I honestly doubt it, but I guess if any time, this would be the best time to like, hey, like here's some deaths here and there. And then it went to like we saw from like Urza and Wendy's perspective, and we find out that Crime Source Rare will be actually helping us out during this battle as well to take on Zerath. So at least then we know that we're going to have some people coming out on here. Like I said, we don't know yet. It probably will happen, but we like with Sabretooth and all the others are going to be there. But it seems like we're not actually invading Alvarez this time, since like the fuckers decided to bring the fucking fight to them. As we see Ajeel just coming out there on the giant ship, 50 fleets, and he's like, fucking ready, let's go, let's go. But one of the more interesting, I'm sure, like I kind of like interest in this one is like when Juvia and Gray were talking, and they were actually saying, you know, I'm really thankful that you're here, like Juvia, and it's not always being besides me, and it's like, and then he's saying, you know, when this battle is over, I'm gonna give you my answer, Juvia, and it was like, shit, they're really making that pairing going there. And it's just like, and he's just saying, for now, I've just got to focus. It's like, and it's like, oh, I've got some tricks up my sleeves too. Like, don't worry, Natsu, I've got something like that. Like I said, we could have another potential death flag there, but mind you, remember what happened like there during the Grand Magic Games, sort of the same situation when Urza said you're gonna have to tell us soon about how you really feel about this whole situation. Is like, you know, maybe like not to mention as well, like Raidmaster did, you know, hook up pairings and stuff. So, you know, we might actually see these people in the end, you know, hook up, which I'd really like that in the series. And it's just like, and you know, at the end, like I said, we had fucking Ajeel just like come out, like just out of nowhere. It's just, so that makes me wonder if he actually ignored what Zera said, like, oh yeah, we're going out full forces, or is that just like his own like fleet of like 50? Because like how Makarovic said it as well, it's like, yeah, this isn't even the full like brigade of what they've got up their sleeves there. And it's like, yeah, that's some shit to deal with, because it's only a part of what the Empire is capable of. But I did like as well that they actually managed to evacuate everyone from Fiore. Like, I really like appreciate that. It's like, hey guys, we know that shit's gonna happen, so we would appreciate if you guys fucked off if you don't want to die. So I'm looking forward to that. And now, like, you know, the big battle's going, and by what it's called next week, it's called Team Flying Dragon and Team Osprey. So it feels like, you know, people are going to be going into squads, and it makes me feel like how exactly is everyone going to combat going flying? Because like the only real flying vehicle that they had was like the blue Pegasus, like whole shit. So it makes me wonder if like what exactly have they got up their sleeves? Have they got like, you know, tank rounds and shit to take down these ships? It's like obviously Natsu and, you know, Ajeel and Wendy can fly with, like, you know, Happy Panther, Lily and Shala. So it makes me wonder what the others can do to get around this, and like are they going to actually fly around, or are they just going to like go from like, you know, the ground units and fight? So I'm kind of curious about that, but overall, this is very good setup for the next week. I cannot wait for the next chapter of Fairy Tail. I honestly really enjoyed it, and it was kind of nice just to see the characters kind of like just slowing down and just like, you know, just talking about things like already like, you know, big setup, you know, with the whole like Grey and Juvia. Pretty much that thing is like pretty much like confirmed now, like saying, hey, yeah, I'm gonna give you my answer like after this, and it's like also as well as Natsu as well. It's like, yeah, I think Natsu he might know that it's like if he uses his technique, he's going to change the weather, or it's like something's going to happen in the way. So I'm kind of curious. But then as well, we have got people like the Ethnologia that turns into a dragon, and then he can have a human form as well. So it might be something like that. Who knows? Like, it could be on that something on that level. But honestly, we'll have to wait and see. And, you know, I can't wait to see more of it. But that's honestly all from me. So thank you so much for watching. As always, I'd give this like solid 7.5. Like, I thought it was a good chapter. And it was just nice to see this in for a while in Fairy Tail, like a very somber and just kind of like the calm before the storm, and then the storm decides to happen right at the end of the chapter. So that's all from me. So thank you very much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.